And happy Tuesday. We are live with another edition of the Professional Gambler. We got some big La La Land matchups tonight. Hopefully, one of them could get it done. I think it'll happen. We might roll with the the Joel Wachowski parlay tonight. We're gonna find out. We're gonna get into these games, discuss a little bit of NBA, and mainly the Elite Eight. But here's our host, the Professional Gambler.
Hail to the victors, hail to the conquering heroes. What is up, world? It is Joel Wachowski, fresh from the 42% I got on my financial math test at the University of Michigan. I'm in grad school at Michigan. I went to undergrad at USC. Gosh, as a fan of the worst team in professional sports, I gotta say, I feel like I've earned this.
You've earned tonight.
The loyalty I've shown to the Detroit Lions over the years, the sheer ineptitude, the lack of playoff games. There's 300 D1 colleges playing hoops in this country, and gosh darn it, if I don't have two of them among the final six, it's a beautiful thing.
I mean, it's gonna be an interesting night. Let's hope that your parlay doesn't hit a switch in Michigan and USC both lose. Let's hope that does not happen.
It might if it were to go, today is the day. And it's a scary matchup. Do we want to give a shout out before we get into today's games? Let's look backwards just a little bit.
Your mic's a little scratchy now.
Okay, and I'm gonna just audible to the other mic.
Okay, so we are good to go. I got a new cord coming. I'm good?
You're good. You're good now. You're good.
Yeah, before we get started, can I say that was not a foul last night?
You don't think it was a foul?
No, it
was a foul, but it was a bad shot, which I could see them not rewarding a foul for, but it was 100% a foul.
UConn cut off the angle. Carrington put up a bad look, like a very low percentage shot. There was nothing that led up to that play where I was like, oh, the offense, they're in the advantage.
Yeah.
Like the defense had that play taken care of.
They did, but they did foul her in theory. But I think had she like pump faked instead, they would have ran her over because they were clearly coming forward. They were not standing straight up. They were like leaning into her. So it was definitely...
Yeah, but I think there is something to it's about the quality of the shot and her release on that look. There was a little bit of hesitation. I don't think the play broke the way she was anticipating.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you ain't down with women's basketball, honestly, you're missing out. It's an amazing product. These games have been insane. So
the last few years, I will say this I don't know about this tournament so far, but like 2019, 2018, the women's tournament was more entertaining in the end than the men's from the Elite Eight on.
And there is something to the women's tournament is almost a better product in certain ways. I mean, that UConn team, like the style of play, the theater of Baylor versus UConn, the brands of those programs, what they mean. There's no answer for that in men's college basketball. Not even close.
Agreed.
Yeah, so let's talk tonight. Let's do it in sequential order, even though I don't want to. USC, they're playing Gonzaga, this Gonzaga team. And gosh darn, did you read that ESPN profile on Jalen Suggs?
I did not. What is it?
He's basically, you're a Minnesota guy. He's Minnesota's favorite son. He won
Really?
Mr. Basketball and Mr. Football last year. He's not even the best athlete in his friggin' family. I mean, you might remember his uncle Terrell from his time winning Defensive Player of the Year with the Baltimore Ravens.
He's still around, I think. He still plays.
I think he retired in the past few years. He's an older gentleman. But, that Suggs article on ESPN, it was all about him coming of age in Minnesota. I know you love all things 10,000 Lake related, so I encourage you to check that out, Tomas. And in this game, Oh boy. Can the Mobleys control the perimeter of the basket, the area around the rim, so well that it throws off everything Gonzaga does? That's the question for this one. Is Evan Mobley going to announce himself as the best player in the draft? I want to say USC. I'm personally on USC with the points here, but no, I don't think so. I think Jalen Suggs is able to get to any spot in the floor at any point he wants, and that variable, that's going to bail him out come game time tonight.
I don't know. This is really tough. Both games are tough in my opinion. But I think USC I think they have the tools to win, but do I think they will execute that? I don't know. But I think they'll cover the spread though. That I think they can do.
Yeah, I'm on USC to cover. I think this is actually good. I think this game will be tight, because Gonzaga, there are many things. They haven't been punched in the mouth yet. That's virtue of them being such a talented team. I don't think they've played any center power forward lineups that have replicated this. And they score a lot of buckets near the basket.
Yeah,
Timme can be.
He's gonna have a hard night.
Yeah, Timme, if he scores, it might be one of those instances where a very polished college player is able to score against more raw competitors. But obviously Mobley's going to have a longer career in basketball. Obviously, both Mobleys are probably going to have a longer career in basketball. But maybe that drop step, maybe that footwork, maybe that offensive rebounding is enough grit in this situation where he doesn't have to beat them. He just needs to kind of grind his way to 8-8.
Yeah, I mean I was thinking maybe he will dominate. Who knows? I really don't know.
But Jalen Suggs, he dominates without even dominating. There's a level of athleticism. There's a fluidity. In terms of a step of evaluating these guys for the draft, my assessment of Suggs has gone up and up and up. So I like USC in the points. I like the under in this bad boy. Let me just pull that up for a reference. And the under on this one is, of course, 153. That seems high. That seems a little bit too many points in this game where we think that a decent amount of defense will be played. So
I mean, both teams have shown the ability to light it up.
Absolutely, but for college basketball, 153, that's a very high over.
I mean, I could see them both scoring 75 points.
Yeah, but if they both score 75 points, you hit the under.
Well, I mean, no. I'm saying no. I don't mean as a total. I mean, I can see the game being 80 something to 70 something.
Yeah, but in big games like this with college kids, I think the under is good because there's that nerves. If you get that 5-minute period at the beginning of the game where they're clunking out games, and let's not forget, basketball. We watched 2016 Game 7. That had 3 of the 4 best players in the world at the time. And you know what? Last 5 minutes of that game, nobody could score. And you know what? You get those nerves today. I think you might see more of the same. So I'm going to roll with USC and the under. Do you see any big issues with that?
No, I don't. The only X factor would be Gonzaga hitting them outside shots. That's the only thing that would probably throw that off.
Yeah, and I mean, this one, I don't feel great about the under. I'm just going to throw it out there because I'm betting on the game, and it's a big one, and there's stakes. In the other game, you want to move forward? Should we talk
UCLA?
About Michigan, okay? Let's talk about the Michigan game.
UCLA versus Michigan?
UCLA versus Michigan, 2 classic programs. We have probably the best winner in NCAA history versus the best loser. Michigan, their record in national title games, is not good. What do you think it is, Toe?
What do I think their record is in what games?
National championship games.
How many have they been in?
7.
0-7?
1-6. Glenn Rice, he brought it home for us, and he brought home Sarah Palin in 1989. But, they're probably not going to win the national championship. I think this is our national championship tonight. We're going to play for the right to lose to Gonzaga. And if we took care of Florida State, if we took care of LSU, I hope we're able to take care of UCLA.
I hope so, but UCLA, they're like on both. Honestly, both schools are on like a crazy reckoning path, but I think UCLA is. I don't know. Every game they've been better. They've gotten better every single game.
Every game they've been better, but Michigan also has an insane size advantage in this one.
Yeah,
they're like Wagner and Dickinson. I don't think there's an answer for them on the UCLA roster. I think those guys kind of do. They're kind of old school basketball. They play the inside out and geez, is there a guy who's at a better tournament than Mike Smith? The little pocket rocket is lighting outside. So
actually, there's a guy on UCLA.
Yeah,
Timme. He might have had a better tournament. Yes. They won the first 4, and he's been tearing it up ever since.
They absolutely have been. But think about the degree to which, because we kind of know the big men on Michigan, they're going to win their battles. How much do the UCLA have to outplay the Michigan guards in order to get this win tonight?
Yeah, it's gonna be a nice matchup between it's gonna be the guards versus the bigs. It's gonna be Michigan's bigs versus Jaquez and Zhang against Michigan's guards.
Yeah, and you know what? I think you're gonna know how this game goes in the first 5 minutes. Michigan, they're gonna come out hot with that run. If UCLA can withstand that, this game's gonna be a nail biter. Because Michigan, they've had hot starts all throughout this tournament. Florida State, LSU, they've just played pretty good basketball early on, and in this scenario, pretty much all signs point for me to go to Michigan, and much respect to the UCLA program, but they're not getting overlooked here. I think Juwan Howard is a great coach. I think the assembly of talent is the third best of the remaining fields, and I think the best matchup is Gonzaga versus Michigan, and by golly, I think we're going to get it.
If I was to guess, I would say yes. I would say that both favorites are going to win tonight. But
so we'll do the Joe Walkowski parlay. We have to, right?
I am not doing that.
$5 on the parlay.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
We like Gonzaga here. I didn't mean to cut off your point there, Toe.
No. What was I saying? I was saying if anyone's on upset alert, it's obviously Michigan. But it's just you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. It's so intangible. I can say whatever I want, but this shit might not happen.
Yeah, and in this one, you know me. I don't know if you believe in this. If I've convinced you, I love when there's a big difference. The biggest difference on the board is the under in this Michigan UCLA game. That tells me that the real serious gamblers, they are all over this one. The whales are chasing it. And generally speaking, with unders in big games, the picks are all right. I went against them yesterday. I got burned because of it. I thought I was smarter than the whales. I was not. I learned my lesson, so I'm going back to hang with the blowhole bunch tonight.
The blowhole bunch?
Yeah. You like that one?
Say, I don't understand, but it sounds funny. The blowhole bunch.
I did a real stupid bet today for this Michigan game. I have a side bet with friend of the show, Dan Yang, and we bet a Taco Bell gift card for the money line. The money line is $2.70 in this one. So if Michigan wins, I get $10 worth of Taco Bell.
And if
Michigan loses, I sent him $27
worth
worth
of
of
Taco Bell,
Taco Bell. Yeah.
oh, that's not a bad bet. I think you're gonna win.
All right. You want to split a quesalupa with me?
I'm on a diet. I can't.
Dang, I'm trying to get fat after surgery.
Maybe when I drop 10 more pounds.
Okay, well, after you get in that sauna, you got a quesalupa, chicken or black bean. They're both equally good, waiting for you on the other side of it.
Honestly, I'm just excited. I'm glad that both these schools made it to this point. I didn't expect either of them to be here, to be fair. So this has been an entertaining tournament. And I'm glad that I've discovered Jaime Jaquez and Juzang because they are ballers.
Yeah,
They
and
probably won't play at the next level, but they're gonna play somewhere.
yeah, probably Spain. I mean, if their J's are pronounced like H's, you know they got a Barcelona contract in their future.
Yeah, Jaime Jaquez, he's the best Mexican basketball player I've ever seen. Did you see that shot he hit in the last game? Like he was in crazy shit. I was
Man,
like, yo,
you don't appreciate Eduardo Nahara enough. He took some great screens back in the day.
Nahara, he was like, I remember him on the Nuggets and the Mavs.
Great Maverick, great role player, Jerome Williams type of his time, but he wasn't so good on the Nugs. You want to talk about a little bit of NBA? I think there are a couple of tasty treats out there for the viewers.
Yeah, let's start with the Hornets at Wizards.
Cash that. Coach B. These guys, I mean, I get LaMelo's out. LaMelo's had an awesome rookie year, but when you have like 5 talented guards, when you have all these interchangeable guys who can all shoot and handle, and you play like an intriguing blend of basketball, you're not going to really miss too much of a step with anyone being out, and that includes my second place rookie of the year. And
who's that? LaMelo?
LaMelo. I'm an Anthony Edwards guy.
What? Are you crazy? There's no way in hell that he was in second place before he got hurt.
I love Anthony Edwards. I think that's.
I know, but I'm talking about their play though. Like LaMelo clearly was the rookie of the year before he got hurt, easily.
Maybe, but
he led all rookies in like 5 different stats.
Yeah, but I'm also kind of weighing the fact that I think Minnesota is a very hard place to play. I think Borrego is an amazing coach, and
do you think that the voters are gonna be like, "Oh, Minnesota's hard to play. We're gonna give it to Anthony Edwards"?
No, but I'm not the voter, and if I were a voter, I would weigh those circumstances. I kind of consider playing for the Minnesota team. I know a bad franchise, Toe. You know I know that. And
yes, I'm from New York. The fuck are you talking about? Yeah, I know a bad franchise too. The fuck.
What are you talking about? You got the Knicks and they're going to.
The Knicks are one of the worst franchises of the last 20 years.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I just think Minnesota, like to succeed there as a rookie in that toxic situation, my hats are off. But let's talk about tonight. I think Russell Westbrook watched the show yesterday, right?
Did we bet against the Wizards yesterday? I think we did.
We trashed Russell Westbrook.
We really didn't though. Like I made a comment. My comment was that if you're gonna talk down on a point guard and try to drag them out of the top 5, it should be Russell Westbrook. And I still stand by that.
And I mean, you're probably right. Can I say I agree with you? And can I also say I've been to probably 200 basketball games in my life. I've seen Jordan live. I've seen LeBron live. The most impressive NBA player I've seen in person is Russell Westbrook. Like, to watch him, like, maybe he's not going to fit into a team and maybe he's going to do some things that aren't optimal for, like, an efficient offense. But you know what? People love Allen Iverson still, and Iverson brought a lot of the same things to the table, took a lot of the same things off the table, and he's probably remembered in like what Westbrook didn't quite become the perfect team-oriented player. I've enjoyed the hell out of this guy's career, and yeah, putting up that crazy stat line in a meaningless game against Indiana to cost me $20. That's such a Russell Westbrook outcome.
Yeah, I was pretty disappointed that the Pacers didn't play better. But I don't know. This is a tough game right here. Like I don't know. I don't like the spread. I don't like that spread at all. Minus 3.5. I would not choose Charlotte to win because he could do the same shit again tonight and win. But
I would take this spread up to 7 points. I'd take Charlotte. I feel that confident about them. Charlotte has one of the best records against the spread of any team in the NBA this season. And with LaMelo out especially, I like betting on well-coached teams when they lose a key piece. And, like, they're not going to miss like too much of a beat. They're too competent. They're going to be able to run their offense. And Washington, they performed outside their depth yesterday. For them to do it 2 days in a row, I think Charlotte's a better basketball team.
I agree, but you never know. What if Westbrook wants 30 assists tonight?
He's going to need to get some new teammates to pass to then.
Yeah, what do you have, 21? He could have got 30.
No, not with those teammates. No way, no how.
If he got 21 last night, you don't think he could take like 5 less shots and get closer to 30?
No, I don't think someone can get the NBA record for assists, held by Scott Skiles, by the way, just on a whim.
He just did the shit last night.
There's a difference between 21 assists and 30 assists.
It's 9 assists. That's like taking 9 less shots. He had 35 points. I'm sure this asshole could have decided not to take 9 more shots. Not saying that he's gonna do it. Like I don't even care. Like I don't care about this game. This conversation doesn't matter about the Hornets and the Wizards. We're talking about the bet. But yes, it could happen.
It could happen.
He could explode again tonight. I'm saying he could explode again. Is he gonna play? Is he even gonna play?
I mean, yeah, I think he might not play in back-to-backs. He is on the wrong side of 30. Maybe you'll see Beal come back in and supplement him. Honestly, I've just been geeked about college basketball. I didn't check the injury reports today, so that's on me. I'm sorry for not knowing that one.
Let me see. It's really only 4 games on. He is not on the injury report. Bradley Beal is though. Maybe Bradley Beal will be back tonight.
Okay, and maybe Bradley Beal is, but still, I think Charlotte's got more to play for. I think Charlotte's more talented. I think Charlotte's better coached. I mean, Charlotte checks every box for me tonight.
So last night on the money line, I said the same exact thing with the Pacers, and what the fuck happened? I said the same thing about the Pistons and the Raptors too.
Yeah, and you know annoying. What? You're probably right. We were wrong, and I still agree with you. The logic was there, the outcome was not.
Yeah, I know. It always works like that.
It's about being Stan Hinkie. You just trust the process. You win 60% of the time. That's the outcome you need.
The one I was happy about was I bet on Pelicans. So I didn't. It was like a parlay, but I knew that the Pelicans were going to give the Celtics trouble. Brandon Ingram was tearing Tatum's ass up at the end of that game, but the Celtics, I don't know. They're just not designed to fucking win right now. I don't know what it is.
I mean, that was one of the strangest Marcus Smart performances I've seen. That you had his end of the shot clock boner. He was kind of erratic and ADD the whole game. But he played great defense at the same token. It was everything from the Marcus Smart experience in a single one-game package.
You love to see it. Yvonne Fournier was also like 0 of 15 or 0 of 10, something like that.
Did you
0 points?
A little bit of trouble here. Oh, we're back.
What?
Did you see the Jason Tatum tweet?
No, what do you say?
This is from the Avengers.
That's perfect commercial timing. Look at this. I am Steve Rogers. I'm Jason Tatum.
Wait, what is it? Is it like the Subway commercial?
Yeah. It was all the Avengers saying, I am Groot, I'm Steve Rogers, and it cuts right to that Subway commercial in timing for him to go, I'm Jason Tatum.
I know, I didn't see that.
Should I play it for you again?
No, you could tweet it to me.
Okay, that's probably not good content for the show, me holding up videos into the screen for you to watch them. So we have one more good NBA game, and it kind of is at a very fun time slot during this one. Everybody knows I love the 76ers. Everybody knows I also love the Nuggets. I'm going to roll with the new edition Nuggets here tonight. Just in the second half of that game against Atlanta, and I know Atlanta was like very injured in that one, at least in terms of their second unit and stuff, but they scored so many points in that second half. I'm just going to bet Denver because I'm curious to put them on the second screen, really watch a whole game of this offense, and maybe I'll be wrong about that, but 5 points for a team that scores like they do, I think the Aaron Gordon trade is perfect for him, actually, and it frees him up to trade Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, I like him at that spot, honestly.
Yeah, ship out my MPJ for Beal as soon as trades are available. Perfect for both sides. Let's make it happen.
Beal and Murray, I don't know about that.
But the idea is,
I think with Jokic, I think it might work because Jokic.
Jokic, you surround him with two great shooters, and then you have the athletic guy and Aaron Gordon to kind of fill in the gaps. You got Will Barton as the sixth man. That's kind of a perfect. There's all the pieces you want for like a pretty effective offense there.
Yeah, it's not bad. Actually, it's not bad. I like, who do you give the ball to at the end of the game, though?
Nikola Jokic.
Oh, no. Absolutely not.
He
Bradley
hits
Beal.
so many big shots. I mean, I think Jokic is underrated, actually, and not just because he looks like my fat little godson. Jokic, the advanced stats on him, he's one of the most efficient offensive players of all time. It's an injustice for the ball to be in anyone's hands but his.
I just think Bradley Beal is a better scorer. Like, if I want a basket, I'm gonna get Bradley Beal to get it.
I mean,
pick him to get it.
Yeah, but
or the best option, whoever's open.
Yeah, and Jokic he'll draw everyone in, then he'll find an open shooter. You got Jamal Murray or Bradley Beal getting an open look if you go through Jokic. Boom.
Fair, but if we're being real, I don't think this is gonna happen.
Nah, it wonnhave happen. Let's not analyze the Bradley Beal era Nuggets. So, do you have any bets?
He's gonna be a wizard all his life. But do I have any? I have one. I made a parlay yesterday of who was it? Who won last night for the college tournament?
Houston
Baylor and Houston. I have a parlay Baylor, Houston, and Stanford. I tried to put UConn on there, but I didn't get it in time. So I need the Stanford women to get it done tonight.
Yeah, that would be too much of a sweat for me. I would not have wanted to bet on that UConn women's game money line. It was a wild.
Well, yeah. I didn't bet on it because I wasn't able to. Thank God I didn't, because they would have lost had I bet on that.
Yeah, I on that one. I was on them 5.5, and
wait, was the spread 5.5?
Yeah.
Damn, it's crazy.
But coming out of the weekend, UConn looked like world beaters. Baylor struggled against a Michigan team they're not as talented as. And, last night it was like they were playing for the right attitude on wearing makeup.
True. I mean, Baylor has that championship DNA, though. Like, they've been there. They just won. So I knew it would be a tough one.
Yeah, amazing game. So tonight you like Stanford women's.
Yeah. I think I might have them to win it all, honestly.
I'm in love with Paige. She's an awesome player. She plays with so much emotion. I don't think I'll be betting against her anytime soon.
She is, but have you watched Stanford? They're good. Like, they're world beaters.
Yeah, but I like that this is UConn. It's always been a basketball machine, but now it's like Gino's it's more of a slack to his players. They're more emotional than they have been in the past. They're more expressive. They're just likable. So I'm going to go with UConn all the way. So for tonight, who do we like? We like USC, right? We like Michigan.
To win?
We like, with the spread, we like USC +9. We like Michigan -6.5. And we like the unders in both those games. Additionally, I am on the Charlotte Hornets, and I love them to death in the early slate. Additionally, if barring a bloodbath, barring I don't get too invested, I will be following that up with the Nuggets and their 9 o'clock game against the 76ers. It's an amazing day of basketball. Let's enjoy it. I'm glad I got to enjoy it with you, Toe. I know you're out in LA. I want you to be eating good food. Don't be on a diet when you're in LA. Start that when you leave, baby.
Bro, I'm in LA all the fucking time. I'll be back.
Oh, yeah, okay. But start it after this trip. Eat some burgers with eggs on them for me, all right?
Sure, I'll get that done. If anything, I'll have tacos, not burgers. Tacos.
Okay, tacos.
In honor of my man Jaime Jaquez.
That's why they set up all the cars around Los Angeles. They love Jaime. All right, well, this was a fun show. We will be back on probably Friday. I gotta fix a piece of my equipment, and so I got some bullshit tomorrow. Toe might be doing some work stuff, but if nothing else, hopefully we'll find a way to get you back on Saturday, right?
Well, I mean, I might be. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So Friday, Saturday. Until then, this is Joel Walkowski walking off. Happy basketball, everyone. Subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to the Spotify, and Venmo Toe some money if he dares goes against the Michigan Wolverines.
Please send that.